It's been a bit, but we have ourselves a post show. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right. Some people wanted me to comment about this. I've been getting the video sent to me numerous times. I think in the past couple of days, and even on Film Junkie Live, when I always read off Twitter questions and stuff like that, and somebody put a thread from movies that mar with the Viking, Mr. Viking, who of course can be seen on the Real Emotion or Real Anarchy channel, doing his own thing, Real Talk, all that stuff. I think they do that on Saturdays, but he kind of broke down a video from Robert Meyer Burnett, which you guys know who I'm talking about, the BurnettNetwork.net. He does Robservations. You've seen, of course, with Mr. Campia and everything. So he did a live stream yesterday, Sunday, a Robservations live stream where he talked about certain things happening, things about the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Toby Emmerich, why it's not a series anymore, all this stuff. So I was just going to go through, and I appreciate him for breaking this down into little 2-minute segments, because then I didn't want to go through the whole live stream and be like, try to find exactly where he was talking about things. So I'm just going to use his thread that he posted on Twitter. So here we go. Let's go ahead and extend this, and we'll start listening to it right now.
I mean, an innocuous discussion about something else, and this person chimes in and says, "Oh, you know why Warner Brothers decided to reconstruct Justice League into a 4-hour movie?" Of course, I want to know. Please tell me. And the answer is, as it always, all roads lead back to Toby Emmerich. Toby Emmerich, who is at Warner Brothers. Toby Emmerich, the architect of the day and date strategy of releasing movies both in the theater and on HBO Max day and date in 2021. Why? Well, Toby Emmerich, he's been around for a long time. He's got a great name in the entertainment business. I admire Toby Emmerich, but you know what? He's on the wrong side of the fence at Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is a house divided. You've basically got the old guard. Hey, we work at the Warner Brothers Studios, and then you have the new guard that comes in, and they're streaming.
This has been mentioned many times by myself and others on the Vodka stream too. It's like, it's old guard versus new guard. That's what's happening right here. That's what's going on when it comes to HBO Max, when it comes to streaming, Warner Media, AT&T, and Warner Brothers. The hierarchy, and you kind of like, you look at everything, and it's just like, they want to keep the old guard, but they can't, because we're evolving, and we've evolved into this streaming world. And certain people are just not dealing with it well.
I'll tell you something. Nobody who works at Warner Brothers even wants to release physical media anymore. I mean, some people do, but what I mean is the AT&T guard, the people that run AT&T. Our boy Jason over there, he thinks that every time they sell a piece of physical media, that's one subscriber they're not getting to HBO Max. And you know what? He's probably not wrong. I have to say, I'll flat out say, I know they might have had issues in the beginning.
All right, this is where he talks about HBO Max and how good the app is, which I agree. I've not had any issues with HBO Max. I'm just saying. Never had. I like the UI. I like the interface. It's good. It's easy to use. Plenty of stuff to find in there. I mean, and it's going to evolve just like Netflix did, just like Hulu. All the streaming services do it. But I never had an issue with it, so he praises that. So let's go to this one right here.
Come over to the other side of the fence and work for HBO Max. He wants to run that place.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? So here's the problem. Once they decided, when they went in and they were going to make the Snyder Cut, and they first started going in and making deals with the talent. You got to come back. You're making all these deals, and this is how it was explained to me. It's one thing to go back and do the Snyder cut of Justice League. Precedent for that. But when you split it up into 4 different parts, that's not one movie. That's a TV series. That's a limited series. And suddenly, like with a TV series, an actor gets paid per show. It's no longer some flat rate you get paid for a movie. You're now making a TV show. So that's when an actor's people and other people's people step in and go, yeah, we agreed to do the Snyder cut of Justice League. We didn't agree to do a new HBO Max miniseries. That's not what we agreed to. Nope.
So saying that too. That's the thing. It's like, when I saw it, I was like, yeah. It's stuff that it's been out there and everything. So yeah, it's all about the I don't know the whole logistics of it, but yeah, what he's saying is like at first it was agreed that Justice League was just just a movie. That's it. You got paid for that movie. That's it. But it's a different pay structure. It's a total different pay structure when it comes to a limited series or a mini series or whatever the hell. It's like and sadly, it's not like they could just be like, oh, we'll just let you have this one. No. Of course, there's going to be agents that are going to be like, wait a minute, that's going to be the case. Even and it's probably for everybody. I'm sure the negotiations, remember, stuff started rolling, started going back in November of 2019. Okay. Then the announcement happened in May, which was 7 months later. They must have just been meetings after meetings after meetings about all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's why. But he continues on and says,
"Oh, there was things going around, and what happened is, as it was explained to me, there were talent issues with compensation.
Yeah.
A lot of the reps, meaning managers, agents, lawyers, they wanted some more cheddar. Come on,
of course,
you got to wet your beak a little more. You don't get to do 4. You don't get 4 episodes of a Justice League show and not pay our clients for each episode.
It is a business.
And you know what? It ain't show friends, it's show business. And these people, they love Zack Snyder.
All right, so let's move on to the next one, where he continues on.
Hit books are concerned, not a lick. Pay me more. You want 4 episodes of a show? I want paid. You got to pay me for each 4 episodes. Because that's not when they started renegotiating these contract deals back in November, when they started talking to actors going, would you guys come back and do this? Can we do this? It was for a movie. It was for Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder cut. Well, then when Zack started to get into it and realized, ooh, look at all this stuff. We can make I've got all the time in the world now. I can make a 4-hour magnum opus the way I wanted to in the first place. Well, so Toby Emmerich, once again, could come in and meddle around. And here's the thing. Toby Emmerich, he doesn't want the Snyder cut to succeed.
Nope.
He wishes it would just go away.
Saying this too. Same with Hamada. Same with a lot of these Warner Brothers reps. The Snyder cut is in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is why we want that title just to say Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it's the ultimate middle finger to all these assholes, cocksuckers, dickheads. They don't want this thing. And we've already seen what's been happening. They've already been trying to put some bad press around it with the whole Ray Fisher stuff and everything like that. And there's going to be more stuff. You better believe that, these bloggers, certain bloggers and critics are already in the fucking pockets of these guys to just trash this thing like crazy.
I can't even imagine what it's like to get the Snyder cut made if you're Toby Emmerich and watch this thing happening, because basically what the Snyder cut is, it basically says everyone who worked at everyone at the highest levels of Warner Brothers that worked on Justice League at the time, the Justice League that was released, is a fucking idiot. Now, because they caused that all to happen.
Huh.
They didn't want to pushed their release date. They fucked Zack Snyder at every turn because after Man of Steel came out, everybody was Monday morning quarterbacking and everybody wanted to change this and change that. They're looking at the dailies and they're like, oh, well, this isn't the light and lively movie that we thought we were going to get, and blah, blah, blah. This is a studio thing. The studio really messed up. They really messed up.
Yeah.
And they did it to somebody they had a long-standing relationship with, which was even worse. But anyway, be that as it may, it was all about money and compensation, and also Toby Emmerich wasn't about to step in and help out.
Of course not, fucking dick. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about, of course, like it's all about money and compensation. Yes, that's why it was like a series pitched as a series, because obviously when you look at it as a series, streaming, and then your streaming service, of course, Kylar and all that. Yeah. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Yeah. We have a month worth of a Justice League movie that people have been wanting, of course. But then, yeah, you start really digging into all the logistics and compensation and everything like that. It's just it's gonna get messy. And that's exactly what happened. So continue.
Snyder Cut to disappoint.
Yes.
He wants to be able to say, see, we were right.
Yeah.
We were right. Because if he doesn't,
we've talked about this too, like many times. Like this has been talked about over the past 3 years too. Is like Warner Brothers does not want this release, because if it ends up being good, if it ends up being, and it will be, I mean, obviously it's going to be better than that piece of shit that came out theatrical. It's going to be way better. Of course, it's going to be better. And Warner Brothers, they don't want that. They don't want to because everybody's going to shame the shit out of them. They don't want that. They don't want this movie to be good, because it's gonna show that they fucked up. You know, the ego's there. You don't want that. So yeah, we've been talking about, Jesus Christ, I can't wait till everybody's like, wow, this fucking thing was great.
Snyder Cut will always exist as a pox on his house.
Hell yeah.
As a thing that says, we fucked up and you knew best and we didn't. And studio executives never like that, because usually when you make some kind of an epic failure like that, that's what everyone's scared of, is that you're gone. But if this comes out and everybody loves it and it becomes a critical darling, and by the way, assuming people, really, really love this, who knows where it's going to go? Look what The Mandalorian led to. But then again, Zack Snyder, why deal? If I was Zack Snyder, aside from the Snyder Cut, would I ever go back and deal with Warner Brothers? I mean, I might, but you're going to have to give him some big assurances, because he's got his Army of the Dead franchise over at Netflix. He's got his heist movie. I love that. A heist during a zombie apocalypse. That's the mashing together of two genres that taste great together. Maybe, I hope. It sounds good to me. They're doing an animated show. He's got an Army of the Dead franchise over at Netflix. And you know what? Why leave? Netflix makes a movie a week now. So why wouldn't you want to be in business with them? But we'll see. But keep in mind, Toby Emmerich will fuck with this project however he can, because he wants it to fail. And by the way, I don't know Toby Emmerich. And if he wants to come on the show,
that'd be something. I would definitely fucking tune into that. But yeah, Toby Emmerich's gonna fuck with this thing. And I got one last little clip right here, and let's see what this is about. But yeah, I mean, Toby Emmerich, yeah. There's gonna be more stuff. I mean, we still have a month and a half before Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out. And I mean, for the people that don't want it to be called Zack Snyder's Justice League, I don't understand. I mean, it's a fucking middle finger. It's everything. It's everything to these assholes, to Toby, to Hamada. The fact that it says Zack Snyder's Justice League, they have to read that. So I don't get why people are still against that title.
We'll talk about the future of streaming services. We'll talk about Warner Brothers. I mean, I did start my career working for Bill Young. I mean, admittedly, I was a management trainee, but I did work in the studio for a couple of years for the senior vice president of physical production. So I'd love to have you come on. I promise I won't ask dumb questions. But anyway, I do think I understand your position. You'd love nothing more for than this to come out and fail. I get it. And I understand. It ain't show friends. It's show business. That's what I always say. But That's why it's a 4-hour movie. It's a 4-hour movie now because of contracts, because of the fact that no one was going to step in and try and renegotiate those contracts,
Nope.
especially not Toby Emmerich. Warner Brothers was not going to come in and be like, oh, yes, let's fix all these contracts. Not with everything that's been going on around this project. Not with what Ray Fisher's been doing. Nope. There's no love lost. But the fact is, at the end of the day, we are going to get as much of Zack Snyder's vision for Justice League as we could possibly have hoped for, which still is a testament to the fans. And it's a testament, Zack Snyder, I don't think I've ever seen Zack Snyder not be nice. Maybe he's a monster behind the scenes.
No.
I don't know.
Nope.
But I've never seen him. He's always got a big smile on his face. He always looks like he's having a really good time. And I think that Zack Snyder is the kind of guy that you'd want to be in business with. I mean, I understand it comes down to box office, but it's not like Batman v Superman was so it didn't gross $1 billion, but it didn't do badly either. Neither did Man of Steel. And for just starting, remember, the Man of Steel film was the beginning of the DCEU. That was a pretty auspicious beginning. And yet the studio itself, it ain't show friends, it's show business.
It's a good line. I dig it. I dig it, Mr. Burnett. And yes, guys, hopefully I can get him on the Vodka stream. I've been always wanting to talk to him. Like I said, it just seems like this year I just have like a list of people that I'm trying to like get on and just like, hey, if I could get this person, blah, blah, blah. He's definitely going to be on one of them. He's going to be somebody I'm going to reach out to. And I appreciate everybody always saying like, get him on the Vodka stream, get on the Vodka stream. And I think he even said, and when like even a while back, like last year, somebody recommended that, and he said, and he responded, and he said he'd be down. So it'll happen. It'll happen, and I appreciate his words right there. There's nothing wrong with anything that he said right there. Nothing wrong at all. And but I was just, a lot of people wanted me to respond to what he had to say on his stream, and I mean, basically what I'm saying is, yes, a lot of that has been said on here, on this channel, on the Vodka stream. From others, from the panel, from Colbert, from Garza, from all these guys, we've all been saying like a lot of that stuff that Mark was saying. When it came to the reason why that it's not a series anymore, there was pitched as a series at one point. It was because that sounds good for a streaming service. Obviously, it sounds absolutely fantastic. But then you get in the logistics of it, and then there's compensation, and you got people that just want to get paid, and it's just That's why he says it's not show friends, it's show business. And it is. It's a business. So sadly, that was the case. So, because I was always I was like, okay, we get a month worth of like a mini series for Justice League, 4 episodes. Holy shit. That's badass. That'd be awesome. I mean, imagine that whole month, whenever it came out. Well, it wouldn't be a whole month, it'd be 4 weeks because it would have probably still came out like the same time. So it would have like dipped into April, but I'm just like, man, can you imagine just like every week? I mean, every vodka stream, it'd be like 5 hours of just like talking about it, and the hype and the social media, everybody would just be like talking it up, just like what they do now. Like you said, the Mandalorian with all these series, with WandaVision that's happening, it would have been something unique and different. It would have just added more, to, because it's like, we talk about the Snyder Cut, and at one point it was 214, and then now it's a 4-hour plus movie. You could just imagine it got converted into like a series. It would have just been, it just would have been interesting. Just really would have been interesting, but it's fine. As long as we get to see it, guys. That's the thing. We get to see it. And we can talk about the logistics of it and expect more from Emmerich and Hamada and Warner Brothers and people that are in their pockets, certain, bloggers, critics. Yeah, they're going to trash it. They're going to do whatever they can to make it where it's not a success. And you know what? He brought up a good point too. Is like, would Snyder even want to come back? And we were saying that too a long time ago, before HBO Max, before Warner Media and AT&T, before AT&T like took over. We always were saying, like, when it came to Zack Snyder, when it came to Ben Affleck, fuck that. We don't want them to come back. Are you guys insane? Them two had probably the worst fucking time of this whole thing. Snyder had the worst of it, obviously, because he was the captain of the ship. Kept getting fucked with and everything, and they fucked him big time. And then Ben Affleck also had a shitty time in the shit that he dealt with. And when everybody was like, bring them back, I was like, no, fuck that. We don't want them to come back to Warner Brothers. Are you kidding me? After all they went through, we don't want that. But then New Guard came. Oh, something new. Is this going to actually be director driven? Maybe. Oh, look at this. We got this new thing that's coming out. Maybe, just maybe. So now I'm like, okay. But the fact of the matter is that old guard is still going to be around. But the thing is, we got to make this thing a success, guys. We got to make this fucking thing as successful as possible. I don't care what you have to do. I wear my mask, because that's the thing now. That's the new norm. Anywhere you go, you got to wear a mask. Guess what mask I wear? Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay. I'm probably going to put the decal. I think I'm getting the decal and I'm going to put it on my fucking back window. Zack Snyder's Justice League. And, with my reality job, I do a lot of driving. Okay. So, you know what? I'm going to turn into a fucking walking billboard. Okay. I'm going to wear the shirt. I'm going to wear the mask. I got a hat coming too, I think. I'm going to have all that stuff. I'm going to try to just put it out there. I've had people ask me, what is that? They look and they're like reading my mask. What is that? Let them know in reality, not just on social media. Yes, keep doing the social media thing. We could do that. We could do both hashtags. Because I know there's still like some weird, stupid fucking divide about the title of the goddamn thing. Whatever. Then do Zack Snyder's Justice League and Snyder Cut. Because obviously Snyder Cut, that's reached mainstream. Release the Snyder Cut reached mainstream. So fine. We could use both hashtags. I saw people doing that yesterday. Do it. That's perfectly fine. Snyder was using hashtag Snyder Cut because it's marketable. But the ultimate fuck you to Warner Brothers is Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's just it. I mean, the fact that we saw that third poster with the reels, okay, and it had Snyder written on there in red. Well, everything's just black and white. That's a fucking ugh. And there might be something else that comes about that's similar to that. I mean, we got to put the stupid divide about the title away and realize, hey, this is the reason that we should be also promoting this. Yes, we'll do Snyder Cut too. Yes. Let's do that. Do both. Just do both. Just do both. From now on, it's February 1st. Okay. We got to the 18th of March. And even after that, if you want to do a little bit, just fucking use both hashtags. Okay. I know I haven't been using the hashtags as well, but you know what? It's all crazy. And there's more I would like to say about that when it comes to this whole thing. But I think it would have, there's other things I'm going to be talking about when it comes to this week. So look forward to that. But anyways, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go over Mr. Burnett's video or his stream right there, at least those clips. And like I said, yeah, I'll reach out to him. I would love to have him on the stream. I think he'd be a great guy to talk to. When it comes to the Vox stream, it's just, that's what I want to do, is just talk to people that I think we'd have a good conversation and stuff like that. So don't worry, guys. I'll try to get him on there and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. Follow me in the sock meds that are down below. You got Twitter, Instagram that I'm mainly active on, but I got a Facebook page too if you want to like that. I'm on Vero too. Just look up my name, David Pena. But then if you want to hit the join button too and become a Film Junkie member, do so, please. Or if you want to help out the Pirate Shop big time, join the Patreon and you get some goodies. Like I said, you get some exclusive stuff, behind the scenes stuff, early access to things. It's a fun time. And then, of course, shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, all that stuff down below. All right, guys. Talk to you later.